Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really interesting short little unboxing video to share with you guys. So, we have a knife, we have a Demco knife here. I was only recently made aware of the existence of this knife. And I'm really excited to get it out and actually experience it. Share this with you guys. I bought this at Knife Center. Knife Center did not send this to me. I don't have affiliate links for Knife Center, so I don't make commissions if you go there. I just went over there and bought it, paid full price. So basically, I wanted to check it out and compare because it is different than the other variants that I have here. Thank you so much to me for buying this knife. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex, and actually, for the time being at least, on TikTok at _metal_complex. I just realized my card's not here. Doesn't really matter. What we have here is the AD20, but does it actually say? It's actually referred to as the MG AD20i, made in the USA with foreign and domestic components. So, Knife Center has a better description, and Demco knives. Obviously, what's important is how it's being sold on the retailer, right? But still, I think Demco knives should still put on the box that it is assembled in the USA with foreign and domestic components. But it does say that on Knife Center. Before I bought it, it was very clear, what's going on there. And actually, in the description, it explained that what they mean is that the blades are precision ground in Italy. And then, maybe there's a couple other components there, but everything is sent over and they assemble it here in the United States with all the components. Most of those extra components apparently are actually made here. So the end result apparently is that it said in that little description that it benefits greatly from this process, that the finished work is very similar, apparently, to the actual USA AD20, which, by the way, I will be able to tell you how it compares because I have the actual USA Ultra Premium version, right? The original, and then I have the AD 20.5. A lot of people think that all AD20s are made in Taiwan. You're thinking of this guy, the AD 20.5. They make these in G10, and they have AUS 10 blades. They've got S35VN blades. They've got titanium and 3V, titanium and 20CV. There's a whole bunch of different ones. These range anywhere from about $150 up to about $350. The USA version's much bigger, much more robust, right? The originals. These guys range anywhere from $425 for G10 all the way up to $625 or $650 direct from Demco or other retailers that drop them. Obviously, you go secondary market, you see much higher. These are really hard to get. I'm going to guess the reason that they decided to do this was because they could get them out there in greater quantities. Now, this is definitely going to be more expensive to make than this. But the question here is, does this feel up to par with this guy? Because at that price, it should feel very similar. Okay, so immediately, right off the bat, because I used to have a G10, like a basic G10 version of this. I'm going to deploy it here, but right off the bat, it feels no different than the USA G10 version. Take a look at that blade there. Yeah, okay. Blade stock thickness appears to be identical. All right, okay. Yeah, jimping's a little bit different. Kind of like how the jimping looks, but not quite as functional. That's more of an aesthetic choice there. Okay. So, if I didn't know better, yeah, Wampum, PA. If I didn't know better, I would say that this was a USA Demco 8020. This is indistinguishable. This is indistinguishable from the USA version that I had. Are these literally exactly? Boy, they are almost exact. I think my USA one is ever so slightly. No, there's no way. Let's measure it here directly from the tip. It's 8.65 inches, the titanium one. is also, no, they're identical. Wow. Wow. I wonder if they're making, see what happened to my Switch? It sort of started to discolor. Now, I don't really care about that. But I know a lot of people do. I noticed, though, on my 3V one, it didn't discolor. I wonder if that's the case here. I bought this to use. I have no doubt that if I said, hey, Demco, can I, get this replaced, they would do it. So I don't really care. But this is kind of my grail version of this knife. The titanium ones, and this is like from the first run with the button head screws, right? It says 20 CV. It's like basically just scratched in there. And I was really lucky to get my hands on that. Those are super expensive knives, but they're almost impossible to get your hands on. So you have to go to the secondary market and pay way, way more money. Now I paid $425 for this, which let me be honest with you guys. I looked at that price and I was like, man, come on now. I understand maybe they're making the G10 scales in the United States. These are all, it looks like all US hardware. It looks like all the stuff that Demco was making anyway. And then he just had the blades ground out in Italy. Maybe he can make more of them that way, right? Maybe it saves him a little bit of money, right? Or time, right? Which is definitely the equivalent of money. And you still get that premium finishing. I have no idea how the 20 CV is heat treated. A lot of people like to attribute specific heat treat ranges to entire countries, which is stupid. However, understand that if this ends up, somebody ends up testing this blade and it comes back as, on the softer side, well, then that's the case. But I hear people say things like Italian heat treating when it comes to M390 or 20 CV is always low. The entire country? No. I'm sure it's case by case. But I still have no idea, right? So I'm going to carry this and use it. I've always wanted to carry it. I love EDC. This is one of my most carried knives. Is the 3. You can actually see here because of the 3V, it's starting to get a little bit of surface corrosion there. But I use this thing all the time and I love it. But I would love to carry a more robust version of it. So I specifically bought this to carry. So I'll report on it, but I'd still like to know exactly what it's heat treated at. This is quite a bit more impressive than I thought it was going to be. Now, I didn't buy it for the steel. I didn't really care. I mean, it could have been S45VN. There's a number of things it could have been that I really would have liked. But if the idea here is to allow Demco to make more of these, because I think the biggest issue with the Demco 8020 from the USA right now is he's only able to do batches of it's quite a bit of work for his very small company to pump out 40 or 50 of these, right? People always say, why didn't he just make more? It's operating at maximum capacity as we speak, right? That was part of the reason why he decided to do the production Taiwan-built 8020.5 to get more of these out there for people. The USA ones, as soon as they drop on a retailer, they are gone. They are, I think the AD20, the USA MG8020, which is what this guy is, I think that's the fastest selling pocket knife in our world in terms of the batch. If a batch of these suckers drops, the USA ones, they are gone immediately. These guys were just sitting there. I think part of the reason is people were a little skeptical. They were like, I don't know, I'm paying the same price for the USA one, but it says foreign and domestic parts, right? Looks like the difference is that the blades are ground out in Italy. Now, for a lot of people, that just will never be good enough, even if it is indistinguishable. They're still paying the same amount of money for this guy as they would if they waited and got lucky and landed the USA version. I would have loved to see these slightly less expensive. $380, $390, right? Maybe $399, just a little bit, just so you feel like, at least if I'm going this route, it's slightly less expensive. But I am happy to report that it's indistinguishable. It's literally the same. I wish they had kept the old jimping style. I don't like that. I mean, it's fine. It's just not quite as grippy as this one. But as far as the finish work, yeah, I can't tell. There's no stick or anything. The blade feels weighty. The G10, the quality of the texturing is very, very good. I think that it would be super great if they also did. Right now, the only ones, I think it said it was a Knife Center exclusive. I don't know if that means the blade shape or the 20CV, but the MG8020i, which is what this is, or International is what I assume that means. If they decide to expand on this, then I would love to see obviously different blade shapes, different blade steels, different colors of G10. Currently it was just black and gray that I saw. But I think this might be the answer for all those, I know that there are hundreds, if not thousands of people out there who really want a full titanium 8020, right? And are willing to pay the $625 it would cost to grab one of these from a retailer. But the problem is that they just don't hardly exist. There are so few of these. So it would be awesome if they ended up making some of these MG8020Is with, titanium scales. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I think this is really cool. I still don't love that that clip. I'm wondering if this clip will actually fit on there. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the screw holes are, I don't know, slightly different. Maybe they're not. Well, we'll experiment. That's the only thing that I don't like about the 8020 is the pocket clip. The pocket clip really is not great. So outside of that, though, I really am impressed. I think this is really nice, and it feels really good. The lockup is nice and solid. This is the answer for a lot of people, wanting like the strength of the triad lock without the awkward disengagement of it, right? Now, cold steel triad lock knives will still cost, substantially less. But this, to me, you're getting that big, robust feeling. You're getting incredible strength, equivalent or better strength. And before you jump on me, cold steel fans, Andrew Demko is the one who invented the triad lock. The AD20 is meant as an evolution of the AD10, and the triad lock kind of an evolution of, the shark lock kind of an evolution of the triad lock in the sense that it is substantially easier to manipulate, so without sacrificing in the strength. So, this is, for somebody like me, that's kind of ideal. So anyways, really happy to share this one with you guys. I want to carry it. I want to find out how this is heat treated. I'm not, I'm really blown away by the quality of this. I'm still not 100% on board with them pricing it exactly the same way as the USA one. I think it's not like Italian manufacturing is as cheap as Chinese manufacturing. So we can't be like, oh, it should cost $200. Absolutely not. No, but $375, like should it maybe have been there? $399, so maybe somewhere right around there, right? I think that would have made me feel a little bit better. But this is going right in the pocket right away. Very cool. I am happy that I went ahead and did this. So happy to at least share this. I'll report back with a full comprehensive review a few weeks down the road from now. That's going to be pretty much it for today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.